Hi everyone, and welcome to the video. Today I will be showcasing my dad's vintage X-Men action figures. These amazing figures were made in the early 90s and modeled off of the TV show at the time. It was all the rage for X-Men, as in the early 90s you had the TV show, the action figures, and the comic books, which I have a few of too. All these action figures come with their own unique gifts and awesome play features. Starting off with my favorite, we have Sabretooth with his pretty cool color scheme, his ripped physique, and a really cool attack position. Look at that jaw move. It's awesome. We also have some of the iconic X-Men, such as Wolverine here, with his claws that, as this was the early 90s, they did not retract like the newer ones, but you could push them in here if you really wanted to. Some pretty cool weapons for the time. I could just picture myself playing with this guy. Whoa, whoa. Awesome. Very nice color scheme on this guy, and I mean, sure, you do have these ugly screws and nails, but amazing figure. You also have Scott Summers, known as Cyclops here, in his comic-accurate appearance. Now, this feature has been lost to the test of time, as his visor did light up red at one point, but sadly, that is no longer the case. We also have Professor X here in his wheelchair, which is a really nice, cool wheelchair, by the way. And he doesn't really have a feature, but he does have a cool little attack panel if you really wanted to for the wheelchair, which is a pretty nice inclusion. I didn't even notice these were here when I was looking through these guys. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering where these guys came from, these were from my dad's collection of toys, and pretty cool. You should go check those videos out. I made those a few months ago, going through his basement, looking at all his childhood toys. Pulled these out of the wreckage, guys. Some really cool gems. Going to the villain cast of things here, and that is the problem with action figures. They're always falling over. Well, again, going to the villain cast of things here, we have the Mr. Sinister, who made an appearance in X-Men 97, the updated and reboot of this X-Men animated show. Now, just like Scott Summers, he does have a little light right here, but it has been lost to the test of time. A pretty cool figure, though, as he does have this removable cape right there, and that was the lever right there to light it up. But yeah, a pretty cool figure. Now, just a few more left. We have Apocalypse appearing in X-Men. I don't even know which live action one it was, but we do have this guy here. Now, he does not have any special feature that I'm aware of, but he does have a really cursed face. I guess you could count that for something. We also have Juggernaut here, the half-brother to Charles Xavier here. We have a pretty bulking figure here with his fists of fury, if you just pull that lever, which is pretty cool. And in the animated series, if anyone did watch it, he can really just push on through anything. So they did give him little wheels on his boots there, so he could just slide right into battle. Pretty cool feature. Now, the other few are not any main characters. They're very forgettable characters, but we do have Archangel here, who has flappable wings, if I could get him to go there. Yeah, there we go. Right there. And then he does have two little missiles there. the Silver Samurai, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what his name is. He appears in a few episodes as a comrade. He's from Russia, if I can remember correctly. Pretty cool character, nothing really special for him. And our last guy here, we have, I don't even know his name, but this guy. And like I said, too, I also have some of the original X-Men comics. So let me go get those. The first and oldest issue of X-Men we have here is this classic X-Men from 1986, the oldest one in my collection. And if we were to compare some of the characters like Wolverine and Cyclops here, we would have a pretty remarkable resemblance of the two. But if you want me to make a separate video on these comic books, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, it's pretty cool because this comic here celebrated the 25th anniversary of Marvel. And that is just crazy to think how much time has passed since then. Almost 40 years. The second issue I have here is Uncanny X-Men number 284, released in 1991, the same year that the action figures were made. Like I said, peak of the X-Men time. We have some characters like Archangel, who I have in action figure appearance. And this one's a pretty cool issue, has some pretty cool characters like Bishop and Colossus on the front there, but I don't think any of these really beat that classic X-Men appearance. Now, this is the newest addition to my comic collection here. We have the Uncanny X-Men number 309, released in 1993. This one is a pretty interesting issue, as I read it myself. It goes through Charles Xavier's love life. Very interesting issue, and pretty cool to read. Now, the final issue I have here is a pretty sad cover, but don't worry, it doesn't actually happen in the comic. We have The Cry of Agony, the Uncanny X-Men number 280, with a very, very cool cover showing a unconscious Charles Xavier with a Cyclops in agony, just like his movie. We also have a Jean Grey and Colossus along with Rogue and Wolverine. A very cool cover, but not a very cool comic issue. Well, thanks for watching this video on the X-Men. Thanks for watching.